Thai music. Whether it's enough cowbell to make even an SNL writer think it's overdone.
I could have used a little more cowbell.
Or every pop song's hook ending with a breathless Chan rak thơ. But when you come from a culture where Taylor Swift and Justin Bieber have dominated song charts for decades, it isn't particularly easy to take a moral high ground on which region produces the better music. For my first few years in Thailand, I learned this lesson heavy-handedly as I played guitar in bands who covered Thai songs ranging from current radio hits to classics written well before I was even born. And through all the learning and performing of Thai music over the years, there was one thing that shone brightly through. Learning the language via drunk Thai musicians is like learning English via Joe Pesci movies.
Good job, motherfucker! You can suck your dick.
Oh, and Thai music is pretty fucking cool. So if you're interested in picking up some great tunes for your next karaoke night in Thailand, some great conversation topics with Thais, or just are sincerely wondering if every song here is just a slight variation of Hotel California, then strap in because today I'm going to take you from tear-jerking ballads to truck-shaking bass lines with my beginner's guide to contemporary Thai music. Our first step on the journey is going to be with Luk Thung music. Luk Thung is basically country music if it had more heartbreak, more nasal vibrato, and more rice paddies instead of rodeos. This is an old-fashioned style of music that you'll rarely hear anyone in Thailand under the age of 30 listening to without force anymore. Which is why the places you'll generally come across this style of music is on rural buses or taxis in Bangkok being driven by Isan natives missing their families, or small rural village get-togethers and karaoke joints by drunk sentimental women over the age of 50. Luk Thung is rural, it's romantic, and it's full of longing. Developed in the 1950s and the 1960s from a mix of Thai traditional melodies, brass instruments, and Latin rhythms, Luk Thung grew in popularity via the experiences of rural migrants who moved to Bangkok for work in a modernizing Thailand. Current interpretations of the genre generally mix between slow and sorrowful ballads to crazy glitter and smoke machine madness with massively over-choreographed dancing ensembles. The lyrics often express homesickness, hardship, and unrequited love, kind of setting the scene for what lyrical content in modern Thai music would end up being about, because 99% of Thai songs are about love or heartbreak. So for classic Luk Thung, you probably don't want to go past any of the songs by the queen herself, Pom, but if you're wanting to stay like a little bit modern with an old school genre of music, then check out some stuff by people like Kriyate Siam or Thai or Thai, or one of the most popular songs in the last 50 years in Thailand, Ying Lee's Ko Jai Ter Lek Tor. Probably said that fucking wrong, which anyone who's spent more than 5 minutes in Thailand will have had stuck in their head at least 100 times already. My head just switches off now as soon as I hear that opening guitar lick. Next up is another genre steeped in Thai traditionality, and unless the Cambodians are planning to take Thailand to the world court and claim that this is theirs too, I'm talking about Mohr Lum. This is the music that makes you realize that Thailand can actually have a tempo above 5 BPM and that Thai people aren't all good dancers. If you've ever had the experience of going to a local village festival, decent-sized party, or cabaret show in Thailand, this is likely the music that was ringing in your ears while you screamed at everyone, "Why the fuck does it need to be so loud?" But there's a very simple explanation as to why the music is so loud, and it's because everybody within a 5-kilometer radius is fucking drunk and doesn't give a shit. Mohr Lum and alcohol, especially home-brewed spirits, go hand in hand here, which probably explains why it's mainly listened to by the working class, Isan locals and factory workers. It is often upbeat, contains similarly nasally vocals to Luk Thung, and everyone dances to it like they're a GIF. That repetitive dancing aspect actually serves a purpose though. Originally it arose due to traditional temple performances lasting all night and dancers needing simple moves that they could perform for hours on end. Nowadays, it more comes down to that most parties in Thailand start at the crack of dawn, go until the next morning, and every man is too drunk to remember how to dance when they're 3 whiskey bottles in and trying to figure out how to flirt with the coyotes dancing on stage. Or potentially grope. Seen a lot of that. But like Luk Thung, this style of music isn't that popular with the younger crowd nowadays, except outside of big festivals usually organized by older people. Look, no one likes everything, and if there's one genre of music that I simply can't get into, it is pop music, especially T-pop. Modern Thai pop took its beginnings in the 1980s with Thai artists often copying their Japanese idols, think perms, pastel jackets, and what are known as sakoi mullets. This hit peak nostalgia recently when every woman in Thailand began sharing their retro sakoi photos online, jokingly recognizing how shitty mullets look on everyone. And I mean everybody. Thai pop started as soft ballads and idol culture groups in the RS and Grammy era, but evolved over time with girl groups doing choreography and synth-heavy productions. But it nearly by law remained limited to slow tempos and songs about love or heartbreak. And you'll hear this music mostly in malls, cafes, generic clothing shops, and via the headphones of most preteen girls in the country. And while it's rare that groups here ever achieve the lasting popularity that overseas groups attain in Thailand, I mean, can anyone remember Eve or BNK48? Solo artists here can actually do extremely well in the long term, like Bilkin and PP Crit and Stamp Apawat and Balki Lion. If I was going to recommend anything here, it would probably be the only pop song I ever really cared to listen to more than once, and it was because my daughter loved it as a kid, which is Pirwa Nip Chapat and Paris's song from My Ambulance, the TV series that was quite popular in Thailand that featured Devika. But beyond that, if you're looking for any more Thai pop, it's very easy to find. Just look for any sad university girl on the BTS with headphones in and ask what song she is listening to after her boyfriend of 2 days broke up with her and ruined her life. If you're an old foreigner in Thailand, this is likely the closest genre of music that you've ever found yourself getting into. Personally, despite being a rockhead, I don't really enjoy this genre of Thai music at all. I mean, classic Thai rock to me feels like if the Eagles replace their sense of melody with taking themselves even more seriously than they already do. And yeah, okay, so it makes sense that classic Thai rock has serious undertones. Most of it was born out of the protest and crazy political upheaval during the 1970s. But like, if you were going to choose a band to rip off for protest music, why not go for some great protest musicians like The Doors or even Creedence? Instead, Thailand got their protest soundtrack to by C-grade versions of Witchy Woman and fucking Take It Easy. But I guess that when that's all you've got, you gotta take it with open arms, because unlike the Eagles fan base in the Western world, who basically become the prototype yuppies of the 80s and 90s, bands like Carabao and Loso were listened to by the toughest motherfuckers in the country. I mean, think bikie gangs, criminals, hardened thugs, and political activists who recognized their words and saw a future in them. I know what I'm saying might sound harsh to people who love bands like Carabao and Loso, and I just don't get the sincere message behind the music or their mass-marketed beer and energy drink products. It's just not my cup of tea. But for people who are interested in checking out classic Thai rock and seeing if it is your thing, definitely check out Carabao and Loso's back catalogs, or simply go around to any Thai guy's house over 50 who owns a big bike and wait until he plays them non-stop all night while you hang out drinking together. Look, I'll admit it straight up. This is my shit. I absolutely love modern Thai rock. Of course, I'm mostly talking about Thai songs that were released around 20 to 30 years ago, but it's not like rock anywhere in the world has been impressive since the 2010s either. The only difference is that these Thai bands have some absolute banger songs that compete with the best of the West. Artists like Silly Fools, Modern Dog, Paradox, Retrospect, Big Ass, Apartment Kunpa. Out of all these bands though, I'd say Silly Fools is the best of the best of the best of the best of the best. But I have to be specific here because Silly Fools has gone through something similar to what Van Halen went through with the pre and post David Lee Roth era, where the original singer of Silly Fools quit the band after becoming Islamic and moved to the south of Thailand. Some other awesome songs that stand out include Taz by Paradox, Mai Pongan Hen Bangkon by Zeal, and Sitani Tobai by Apartment Kunpa. Plus the women in that music video are sexy. My wife's gonna watch this. Emerging from the fusion of rap and melodic pop hooks in the late 2000s, this genre in Thailand is kind of the equivalent of that Diddy ghetto superstar song where your older brother listens to the rapper and your younger sister likes the melody. Suddenly they're both listening to the same music and having a fucking identity crisis. Built around the premise of creating rap in a safe space, pop hip-hop is dominated by a few artists in Thailand who work with singers from any genre, as long as it's got an open beat and catchy vocal line added to it. Your boy TJ and F Hero are the two biggest artists in this genre, and To be fair, they are incredible producers who create songs that could easily blend into the American music industry if they weren't 99% in Thai lyrics. They also experiment with singers from different backgrounds like Mohr Lum and Luk Thung, just like with F Hero's latest hit, Gulab, with Luk Thung singer Jintara, which I must hear every time I leave the house for a drink nowadays. Whereas I'm actually surprised I've never met your boy TJ yet, as he's worked on songs with my company and even headlined a show at a bar I owned at the time, which I didn't attend because it was a work night and I like sleep more than hip hop. But he's definitely a great producer and feels to me like the pitbull of Thailand. You'll find his hands are involved in so many hits here that it's practically impossible to spend any time here without hearing his music. And you will hear this music anywhere, from TV commercials on TikTok to nightclubs to coffee shops and older people near a stereo trying to remain relevant. As for songs I'd recommend checking out, of course Gulab by F Hero comes to mind, along with Rebound by your boy TJ, but this music is so common to hear nowadays that you're better off just asking your barista, your waiter, or your girlfriend who the artist is the next time you hear a pop song with a rap bridge in it. Thanks for watching. Logan in Thailand. See you later.